live and give you a live look at Epic Universe. You can see Stardust Racers. You can see a number of other rides operating as well on this Thursday afternoon. Previews are continuing ahead of the grand opening of Epic Universe next Thursday. A lot of excitement about it, a lot of hype about it, and joining us live now to talk about it, Jon and Angie Bowden from the Love Our Life vlog, and we appreciate y'all joining us this afternoon here on Florida Live.
Yeah, thank you for having us so much. Thank you.
So let's start here. Obviously, we've been talking. This is something we've been talking about for a long, long time, and now we're here less than a week away. Just kind of give me your thoughts. I mean, it's not often that we have a totally brand new full theme park to celebrate here. I mean, this is a big deal.
Yeah, it's crazy, I mean, it means a lot to me. I went to Universal back in '93 with my dad, like when I was 6 years old, so it's crazy to see it come full circle. We've been covering this park for the last 3 to 4 years under the construction and talking about it and stuff. So it's really mind blowing that we are a week away now. I mean, it's just crazy to what this park is going to be and what it's going to mean for future generations 50 years from now. It's really crazy to think about.
I want to get y'all's thoughts on because I know you have had the chance to experience the park, and so I just want to give your kind of overall thoughts on what you think sets it apart.
Well, I mean, it's definitely different than the original parks. I think it's more of a bring your whole family type of park. I feel like it's definitely something that is unique in the way of like Celestial Park. It's its own theme park inside of a park. It's five. I've heard other people describe it as five separate theme parks, and it almost is. But I do think it's set apart from the technology side of it. Everything that they're doing through like the portals, the ambience of the whole park, the music of the park, the food, which is phenomenal. It's the best theme park food I think out there right now. They're doing a lot of great things, and this park is a game changer, and it's revolutionary for sure.
Angie, what is your favorite of the different worlds?
I think Celestial Park because I like to just walk around, like take it all in. So I think that's my favorite because you get to see all the beautiful buildings and the fountain, and it's just really pretty.
Jon, what about you? What's your favorite?
Uh, I gotta let all of our theme park fans in on this. Dark Universe definitely my favorite, but I would say that a very close second, surprising for me, is Isle of Berk. I didn't think I would really like that much, but I ended up loving it. I think it's just fantastic, and kids and families everywhere they're going to be blown away by how amazing it is.
Now, we have seen in previews, it seems like Universal has kind of been working through some technical difficulties with some of these rides, a number of them kind of being down at different points. Is that something we should be concerned about as we get closer to the grand opening?
I mean, I don't think so. I was there just this last week and had lunch at the Blue Dragon restaurant, which is amazing. And I purposely went out to make a video about, is this park ready to open? And while I was there, there was not one problem, not one, no pun intended, hiccup with the entire park. Every ride was going except for Battle at the Ministry, which I have had the chance to ride. I don't think it's something that, necessarily you should be concerned about. I think that you should just go, know that this is a brand new theme park that's opening. There may or may not be a few hiccups along the way, but I think it's well worth the price of admission with all the things that you can do because it's definitely not a one-day park.
Yeah, what is your advice for folks who are going to be going for the grand opening, as far as maybe some strategies for how to experience this?
Yeah, so one thing I would suggest is get there early. I've talked to some colleagues of mine, and some people are getting there as early as 4 a.m. Now, I don't know if the parking garage or not parking garage, parking lot is opening that early, but I do know some people are going to get there that early. Also, I would suggest starting at the back of the park, hit Dark Universe or the new Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic area first, because everyone's going to go for Super Nintendo. Everyone's going to hit Isle of Berk. I think that's the better choice. And then in the afternoon, you can work your way back to Nintendo in Isle of Berk.
What about you? We talked a little bit about the food, and I know you said it's some of the best theme park food that's out there. There
Yeah.
are some items that have gotten a lot of attention. What would you say is the a must eat on day one at Epic Universe?
Okay, so I'm a pretzel guy. So the best thing that I've tried at the park is the Hunter steak pretzel. That's steak like a knife. It's in the shape of a steak, and it's at the Burning Blade Tavern. I think it's like around $11, but it's like dipped in garlic, and they have a garlic sauce you can dip it in. That topped with the monocane mocktail, which is it's a mocktail, it's non-alcoholic. It is a great combo together. And then the other thing I would suggest as well is probably the DK Dole Whip barrel. I think that's a really good thing in Super Nintendo world. It's top notch.
What about you, Angie? What's been your favorite food item?
I can't eat the food right now.
She,
So I
she has a
haven't tried.
gallbladder issue.
Yeah,
So.
Oh
I
no,
haven't tried
I
it.
am sorry to hear that. What about a must see show? Maybe something that's not necessarily a ride, but that folks are definitely going to need to check out.
I've heard a lot of people talking about the Untrainable Dragon, which I really enjoyed, but I would say Le Cirque d'Arcanu is actually my favorite show out of the two. This it's the new Wizarding World of Harry Potter show, and it deals with the Fantastic Beasts era of the Wizarding World. There's just unique things that they do there, and there's like a pre-show beforehand that's like its own little show. Uh, without giving any spoilers, I would say that it has very unique dynamics to that show that make it very enjoyable and something you would want to take your family to over and over again.
What are you most looking forward to? I want answers from both of you on this. The thing you're most looking forward to once Epic has its grand opening.
You want to go first?
You go first.
Okay. I think I'm looking forward to eventually being able to have an annual pass and being able to go often and just to say, hey, do you want to go to Epic tonight and have dinner? And that's the kind of thing I feel like that's another vibe of the park that it's just a walk around with your friends and enjoy the sights and sounds of the park.
And I think I'm like a people watcher, and so I really love when I see like families enjoying each other and like having such a good time and just seeing like how they're seeing things for the first time and how excited that they are.
Well, there was certainly a lot to enjoy at Epic Universe, a lot to take in, and a lot of excitement. So I think it's going to be really cool to see that. I'm sure you'll see lots of smiles on families' faces as they kind of take all that in for the first time. So Jon and Angie Bowden, Love Our Life vlog. We appreciate you joining us this afternoon here on Florida Live.
Thank you so much.